Well, in the latest stock market news, we've got breaking news from Royal Caribbean. The company has decided to raise additional cash to try to survive the downturn, and the street has rendered its decision with regard to this move. We're going to see how this all plays out. Should be most interesting. Thank you, all of you, for joining me today. It's Bruce here with Stock Markets with Bruce. Thanks for popping in. And thank you, all of you out there who are discovering my channel, giving my videos thumbs ups, and subscribing to Stock Markets with Bruce. We try to explain what's happening in the market in a plain, straightforward kind of way so that everybody can understand what is happening. These scenes right here, Cayman Islands, where the cruise ships are just offshore, seem to be becoming further and further away from us. But today, the boys in New York decided to get Royal Caribbean another $1 billion in cash, and here is the reaction. The last year for this stock, they were as high as 135.32. They reached a low in February, March of 1925. And in the last 3 months, take a look at what has been happening to the shares. They tried to do a recovery. They got as high as 71.95. But today, look at the far right of that chart. Zit, right from the low 70s right down to $60.10. The shares are down over $8 to share today. I think at one point they were down over $9 a share today. That's over 12% in one day. And why would that be? Another $1 billion in cash will allow the company to survive another 4 months, but that's the problem. These guys are burning between $250 million and $300 million a month just to sit around and not cruise. And they are selling shares from the Treasury to try to raise half of this cash. They have issued and authorized the brokers to sell $500 million worth of shares from the Treasury, diluting existing shareholders with an option of $75 million more for the brokers. This is bad news for current shareholders. The shares themselves, I don't even know why they're here at $60. My thinking is more in the 30 range would make more sense because the company is bleeding $3 billion a year minimum right now. They've just extended their shutdown through the month of November, even though with White House interference, the CDC was hoping to keep the cruise lines shut down till next March, but the White House made them say, no, you can start cruising in November. Now the cruise lines have come out and said, forget it, we're not cruising until December, and even then, just a couple of ships if we even start. And the reason they might not start at all in December is because of the U.S. election. It's coming up on the 3rd of November, folks, and the current administration, if they win and stick around another 4 years, you will see limited sailings begin in early December. If they lose and the new administration comes in, do not be surprised if the CDC is given their authority back to make the call on behalf of those of us out there who are being exposed to these hazardous viruses. They will likely go with a restart in March of 2021 at the earliest. That means for the cruise lines, including our friends here at Disney and Norwegian and Carnival, they're going to burn over $1 billion a month combined for the next 5 months not to sail. And that's another $5 billion in cash that will just evaporate out of the bank accounts of all of these cruise lines. For the big three, Royal Caribbean, Carnival, and Norwegian, that trade on the public markets, these guys are going to have to come back to the market for more cash, but they really can't raise all they want from bond offerings or senior note offerings anymore. They're going to just have to issue paper, diluting the existing shareholders down and down and down. And this is why today the street may have woken up to the fact that, holy moly macaroni, these guys need hundreds of millions of bucks a month just to stick around, and it's going to have to come from the shareholders, diluting the stock that's out there. Why am I holding Royal Caribbean at $71, $72 a share when they're just going to dump another $500 million worth of stock onto the market? They might have to do this again in January, maybe again in March, just to keep the doors open and then to fund the restart, because no one talks about how much money it's going to cost to relaunch the cruise line over a 6 to 9 month time frame. We are talking billions more in monies that will need to be raised, and these guys don't have it. They talk the talk, but they haven't got enough cash, and they owe millions of cruises because folks have kept their money with the cruise lines for future cruise credits, and these are going to have to be honored. It's going to be interesting to watch to see how this goes. Thanks again for watching this video with Stock Markets with Bruce. Please consider subscribing to my channel. Hit the thumbs up button. Make sure to hit that notification bell. You'll get an alert every time I do a new video, and we'll keep them coming. Thanks, everybody. Bye for now.